Alright, so let's talk about ND filters.
You're gonna be up in the sky, and a lot of times you're gonna have a super dope composition, but your light is gonna look crazy. And you're like, whoa, this is natural light. This is golden hour. This is the morning. It's before twilight. I should have a good image, but you're not always gonna have that good image. So what you're gonna wanna do, especially if you're shooting video, is you're gonna wanna throw on an ND filter. What that ND filter is gonna do is it's gonna act like a pair of sunshades for your camera or your drone. Trust me, that's the way to go. You don't wanna boost the exposure or lower the exposure in a lot of situations because you're gonna end up with a muddy or noisy image. I would just say throw that ND filter on, and I'll give you some recommendations onto which ND filters I use personally and which ND filters you could use depending on your situation. Let's get into the filters that I use the most. Hands down, the best filters in the game come from Polar Pro. Your opinion is your opinion, but my opinion is these are the best. I've used multiple brands, so I can say that these are for sure the best. And I use a Mavic 2 Pro, obviously, so there's gonna be different filters that are gonna be working differently for different brands of drones and cameras and whatnot. But specifically for the Mavic 2 Pro, I have found that the limited series, which has these 4 filters, there's actually one missing because I keep it on my drone damn near all the time. And the reason for that is that it's actually a ND32 PL. And what that means basically is that not only does it reduce light coming into my drone, it also reduces reflections off of big windows. And why I need that is because I shoot a lot in the city. And obviously in big cities, there's gonna be a lot of big windows. And so for me, it works the best. Let's actually backtrack for a second. What does ND, PL, all this? There's actually a bunch of videos on what ND, neutral density, and polarization are. I'll link you to a couple of my favorite ones that taught me when I was first starting out. But I can do a quick basic thing for you guys because I love you guys. ND stands for neutral density, and in the plainest terms, it reduces light coming into your camera, drone, whatever it is. Polarization, specifically with these lenses, reduces reflections off of big bodies of water and large windows. That's it. This kit specifically comes with the ND32, ND64, NDPL32, NDPL64. Again, I use the NDPL32, that's why it's not in there. I know I really hyped up Polar Pro. I just really love their products, but I do have a couple honorable mentions. And when I say honorable mentions, Moment, I can't really consider them an honorable mention. They're actually pretty much tier to tier with Polar Pro, but I'm biased. We have Moment, we have Tiffin, and we have Freewell. I actually do have one Freewell lens, and it's specifically for UV. So what that does is it pretty much does a lot of what a polarization filter does, which is cut out reflections, but it also adds some nice contrast to my images. So I love it, especially for like landscapes and stuff like that. I love that lens. I love that filter. It's a go-to for sure. You definitely don't want to be changing your lenses in any dusty conditions. I think that's a mistake that a lot of people will make. A lot of beginners will make that. A lot of rookies make that. A lot of advanced people make that mistake. You don't want to get dust on any sensor, camera sensor ever, because it's just not good for the camera sensor. Hard to get off, hard to clean properly. So you might as well just avoid it by not changing your lenses in dusty or dirty or wet conditions where any type of damage can be done to the sensor because of negligence. Take care of your sensor. You'll have really good images once you learn how to use your camera. I want to thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. Thank you for taking the time, and I hope that I can provide value to you continuously. Check back, subscribe, comment, like it if you don't like it. I'm kidding, no, I'm kidding. If you like it, please like, comment, subscribe. I love y'all.